Hello and welcome to another week of A Weasel, a Pickle, and Levi. We're so glad you could join us. We are recording live in studio from Pohang, South Korea, from the world's largest steel mill. If you can't hear us today, if the audio is poor quality, which seems to be a theme this year, it's because of the steel mill and all of that's going on around us, all the steel being made, all the pounding and the welding going on. We are engineers after all, so why wouldn't we be
pounding
in
and
it?
the welding?
The pounding and the welding.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. So after a brief hiatus, Nathan has decided to come back to the program. He in fact did not die. It wasn't his funeral that we attended a couple of weeks ago. It was actually his wedding. I kept getting the two confused, but after seeing that he's still alive, it was his wedding and not his funeral.
Is that what you told all of our listeners, that I died?
Did I? I don't think I did say that, but I was
good.
Convinced that you were dead.
Yeah. I got a wonderful sympathy card.
Yeah. I was about to say.
Probably the funniest thing I've ever read, but I guess it was mostly for Lindsay, the sympathy card.
Yes, I have more sympathy for her than you.
Yep.
Yeah, my fiance wouldn't let me put put her name on that card, so maybe that's indicative of how it was. All right, our first topic, Nathan, we need you for this topic, actually, our weekly topic. We're going to say celebrity name, and you're going to tell us if you've heard of them, what you know about them, describe anything about them. Okay, the name is Eminem.
Well, my mind first went to the candy, but I know there's a person named Eminem, and I'm pretty sure with a name like that, they gotta be some rapper.
There we go.
Cooking.
What color is his skin? Not to be racist or anything. Not like that matters or anybody has a race. What? Who? I can't hear you because
he's probably an African American person.
That's false. He's white.
Why did you say it like that?
Because I wanted to know what you thought.
I have no idea. So,
can you name a song by him?
No.
Parks, can you?
Mockingbird. Mockingbird.
Yeah, that's one. Okay. Nathan, is he a Christian or a secular artist?
Are you asking if he's a Christian or not a Christian?
A Christian artist or
a Christian artist? Okay, I would think he's secular.
Okay, all right. Eminem, the African American secular artist. Yes, he's secular. That's correct.
Okay. I was sure I was right because I'm pretty sure his songs are pretty crass. I don't know. If he was a Christian rapper, you and Parks would be listening to him all the time, so I'd probably know about him. That's why I say
probably true.
You're right. Yeah.
I know who NF is, and that's all that matters.
What color is his skin?
He's white.
Okay. They're both actually from Michigan, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Nathan, tonight when you're with your wife and you're packing up, just say, honey, I think I'm going to put on some Eminem.
This has been dyed and I was in a posture.
I would be pretty shocked if I saw you listening to Eminem too. That would be quite a turn.
Yeah.
A turn.
Do you guys ever listen to Eminem?
I did in junior high a lot when I was rebellious and a delinquent.
Very good.
My mother was sad to find that I had Eminem on my computer.
That's too bad. I half thought you were going to say that your mom introduced you to Eminem.
No, she was against Eminem when I was young and hopefully
That's
still
good.
is.
That's good. Yes.
Parks, Mockingbird is a good song, that one.
Yeah, that's the only song.
It's really sad. Nathan would find it sad, and I find it sad too because it is sad.
Good. Thanks for that. You know, I am more nervous for this segment than I think I was to walk my grandparents down the aisle, so this is pretty high pressure.
Yeah.
Our listeners they have a lot of scrutiny for your pop culture knowledge, so you're gonna get attacked.
Yeah.
I've been seeing the message boards. They're raking you through the mud, Nathan.
Good.
The message boards. Mm-hmm.
The email threads that I've been seeing.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did see quite the text from a grandparent recently that just shocked me. Speaking of message boards.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait. What the? What just happened?
Listeners, to be clear, I have no idea what's going on.
Hey, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
A steel bar just fell on our heads.
We've come to though now. We're good.
We're good.
Except we're blind and we can't see your face. But we can hear you.
The screen just kind of crackle pop is and then it's black.
I'm sorry to see you guys bleeding everywhere because of that steel beam. Maybe next time we'll record somewhere else.
What the pickles are going on?
Oh, as long as you can hear us.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Good.
Okay.
Can you not see me?
No.
There's nothing on my screen right now.
Did you break your computer again, Tubby?
We literally weren't even touching it, and it just flipped off.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Oh, hey.
Listeners, if you're wondering, Parks just turned his computer on and the big screen on in the steel mill, and now he's playing some YouTube videos for all the steel workers.
and now
you're
gone. So.
We're good though.
I just died. Okay, this is we haven't talked about anything in 2 minutes. This is really good radio.
Recap though, Nathan did pretty well with Eminem.
With
Better
Eminem,
than Tom Cruise, I think. Yeah.
I mean, by pretty well, he got his skin
Eminem's
color wrong. He had the right profession, though.
You're right. Yes.
Okay, I have no idea who he is.
Like, you should probably be happy about that. Proud of that.
Sure, I'll be proud of that. That's fine.
Of course, Parks would tell you to be proud of like taking your first steps at the age of 25.
Can you tell your story that happened today with the kid in the Mountain Dew?
I'll tell that one.
All right. Next
segment.
segment is how is work going for us this summer? Gentlemen, if you're gonna speak to the radio because this is a radio program.
He would be breaking a rule in telling the story since he's working with kids.
Parks, I don't think so. If you name him and I
would not
name him and then I'll put his picture as the cover photo on the podcast. That'd be fine.
That's a good idea.
Sure. Okay.
We would probably get a lot more attention, I would think.
We could make national news, yeah.
We could certainly get in trouble with this. That would be
3 Dort students headed to jail for podcast.
Hey, Parks, the steel mill is really loud.
Yes,
so
it is.
Can you make sure you're... Wow, a woman just walked into the steel mill.
Wow. Look who it is.
Your favorite guest artist,
Wow.
Nathan White.
Wow.
Wow. What a surprise.
Ladies and gentlemen, the premiere of Miss Lindsay Vermeer. Mrs. Wow, that was wrong.
That's fine. Yes.
Boy, this episode really just went down the tube.
Won't be able to hear me anyway.
Okay.
Lindsay, the screen just turned black 2 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good.
What?
Okay, we're ready. We're collected over here. So whenever you are ready, host.
Yeah, you guys look collected.
Yeah. Making faces at us. But
Nathan, where do you work?
I work at Pelicorp in Sioux Center.
What do you do at Pelicorp?
Is this the next segment?
Yeah, it's the next segment.
Okay. At Pelicorp, I am a process engineering intern.
That sounds
And right
really
now
boring.
I'm just, yeah, I don't, yep. I would think that your job probably would hold the title for most boring job between
You
the three
are
of us right now.
correct. For this second summer in a row, my job is the most boring, in that Parks didn't even have one last summer, so...
For sure.
Well, school is a job.
Do you guys have any stories to share about your working experience this summer?
Oh my word. I could try to tell a story. This is going to be painful though.
Please stay in front of the camera. The steel
But
mill
they can hear me.
is cranking up. Yeah.
Yep, gotcha. So this was not the story that I told you about earlier, Chase. This happened earlier this week. So I've been working on a wastewater treatment system that's supposed to use something called a flocculant to de-water paint. You mix it up with this water-based paint and stain, and it separates the solids from the water, and then you drain the water out, and you can throw the solids in the landfill.
Okay.
So this stuff smells pretty bad, and the system is falling. Replacing it. It's been a really fun project, good experience. Have a lot of experience calling vendors now and trying to find parts. I'm making what they call a request for a quote, I think that's what it's called, RFQ. Anyways, with this project, a part of my job is to help maintenance out on the floor and help just operators who are struggling with this machine because it's pretty temperamental.
Mm-hmm.
So I went out there and I was looking at it and I saw that it was leaking some. And I was like, oh, well, that's not good. I'll probably go tell my manager and see what he thinks, and he can tell me what he wants me to do. And then I left and I went to do something else with one of my other projects I had going on in the plant. And I was walking back to come have lunch. And then I see that there's this water all over the plant floor. And it was backing up all over the floor. And I was like, oh no. And the smell was just wretched. And so I was like, oh crap. And so I'm fast walking as fast as I can, because you're not allowed to run, to find my mentor so I could find some shop backs and figure out what is going on. Because at this point, it wasn't time for intern to play around with it and see if he can figure it out. It was a big situation. And so I get some shop backs, and we're both out there with squeegees pushing water out of the aisle, this horrible, wretched smelling water. And then the lunch bell rings. And so I'm in the aisle with a squeegee and a shop vac sucking water up. And then about probably 200 people get to walk by and be like, oh, look, there's the engineering intern. Looks like he knows what he's doing. He just flooded a whole plant. It was so bad. I had people yelling at me and asking me what I did to break it. I don't think it wasn't me. I'll stand by that. But yeah, I the only positive comment I got from people walking past was from Colton Ott. He gave me a round of applause. He was like, "Yeah, Nathan, I appreciated that." But that was just a dumpster fire. It was actually disgusting, and I felt like I needed to shower after that. And then I got to my lunch way late, so that was overall just a bummer.
Did you get paid for working longer?
No,
You didn't get paid.
I mean I get paid on my lunch. I get paid on my lunch, so
you have a paid lunch.
I mean my lunch is 20 minutes. Yes, I have a paid
You have
lunch.
a 20-minute lunch?
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Well, I can get a 10-hour day in by 5 o'clock. That part's nice.
Why is that nice?
Because then you get overtime.
Yeah, well, I like life more than money.
Yeah, that's good.
Nathan, that's
Yeah,
a great...
I need the overtime because there's so much to do. There's so many projects that they've thrown on me and I got to keep up with. And the people I'm working with are just awesome. So overall, it's been an awesome experience. That would be one funny and bad experience that I had recently.
Parks, can you please come back? Do you want to respond?
Yes.
Or state a story of your own?
This week, I am helping out with, I guess I'll first say this summer, I am doing research with Dr. Vanderwerf on campus at Dort, and it has been very good.
Parks, sorry, there was an explosion just over there. If you could try to keep your focus and maybe show your
Sorry.
mouth on the camera, I think that might be part of the issue. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry. I think Nathan just passed away. He's leaving. Okay. Did you hear anything of my work?
I heard a bit, yeah.
Okay. I'm doing research on campus at Dort. This week, though, I'm helping with Dort Discovery Days, where 6th through 8th graders come to campus and get to take fun little classes. There's like beekeeping, there's engineering, there's some music classes. Jake is helping with an organ class. There's a lot of fun for the kiddos. But I walked into so I'm teaching 2 classes a day of engineering, and I walked into my first class, and I am greeted actually with a young little boy's voice who yells, "Is it really true that there are dead bodies at Dort?" And I was prepared to talk a little bit about engineering, for this engineering class, but I was greeted with that question, and I had to say yes, and then the entire class in unison was like, "Ew, that's gross," and then it just set the tone really well for participation, I think. So, yeah, it's been very good though. Nothing too funny has happened at Dort Discovery Days, I would say.
What about a Mountain Dew?
Oh, okay. Well, there was a child who was telling us that she enjoyed Mountain Dew quite a bit, and she said that she once had 7 Mountain Dews in a day, and that she ran the fastest 100-meter dash ever right after that 7th Mountain Dew. So I'm taking some notes from these kids and learning.
You should share what Professor Vanderwerf.
Professor Vanderwerf, after she said that, said, "You know, if I had 7 Mountain Dews, I don't think I could walk well."
That's a good response. That's probably true.
And
And
the
then
way
you'd be
Parks
like
told-
shaky or something. Yes.
And this was after like a good 15 seconds of silence after this kid is saying this stuff. And nobody knew what to say. I wish I would have been for that.
That's pretty good. That's a good story, Parks. Parks, I'm happy to hear that you're fulfilling what I think you've been all along, a 40 to 60-year-old science teacher. That's what you look like, and I'm happy to see that looks do become reality.
Thank you so much. I agree.
You're so welcome for that, Parks.
Yes. What about you, Chase? Do you have funny tales of old from work?
So I work at Musco Sports Lighting. Nathan got me this job. It was a form of nepotism.
My son, Chase.
Yes, my father got me this job. I think on my second day, I had nothing to do, and I was sitting there, and I asked one of my managers or one of the head engineers, "Hey, do you got anything for me to do?" And he responded with, "Yeah, just to be patient." So I did nothing for 4 hours.
Oh, that's not good.
It has gotten better since then, but that was an encouraging start. I was very thankful my dad got me the job at that point in time.
That's good. You need to continue on your father's legacy there, Chase. You got some big shoes to fill.
It stinks that everybody there thinks my father was a scoundrel and a nuisance.
Yeah, whatever.
Chase, don't talk to your pa like that.
How often do you guys use the restroom in your work?
I still do the thing where I drink tons of water, so I will often be stopping there. But that's less weird for me because I'm always working on stuff out in the plant and going back and forth from my desk to the plant floor, and the bathroom is just right there. So
That's good. I get up at least once or maybe even twice an hour to refill my water bottle and use the restroom.
Nice.
and get a new bubbly from the free drink
And
cooler.
get free bubbly. Because listeners, please don't lose
Yes.
respect for me, but I've started drinking bubbly, and I hate myself for it, but I live in that tension.
No.
It tastes a lot better if it's free, though.
It tastes really good if it's free, and if you're that bored, you're willing to do anything to relieve yourself of that boredom.
Chase is
There has to be something
much
cool
healthier.
that we learned in Musco. Oh, sorry, Parks.
no, what?
Have
Yes,
you learned any?
I have learned things, and I have started to enjoy what I'm doing. It's not I don't want to sit here and bash the company I work for because it's a very good company, and I'm very grateful to be working there. But it has been
It's a good
boring.
way to get fired, if you ask me.
Yep, and I don't want that.
Yeah. Now you probably see Musco lights everywhere you go.
I do. Nicole and I went to a minor league baseball game last weekend in Cedar Rapids, and I noticed there were Musco lights, and then somebody hit a home run, and their show lights package came on with it strobed around the field, and Nicole and I cheered more for the lights for Musco than for the home run. We were very proud of Musco.
Nice.
That's awesome. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a project where I got to look at the lighting designs for Fenway Park and the Mets Stadium and $9 million horse track in Dubai, and maybe I'm not allowed to say that, an undisclosed amount of money at a place in Dubai that Musco did the lighting for.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool. I like looking up ones around here in Northwest Iowa, what projects Musco has done. I won't say anything about them, but they're cool.
Mhm.
Dort has Musco lights. I can say that.
Yeah, I think they just completed another one at Dort.
Yeah, for the soccer field.
Hmm.
Are we allowed to talk about actual things about our work? In some segment, we will have to do that in the future.
Yeah,
We can give an update on
let's
our
do
podcast.
that. Yes.
Yeah, mine will be 2 seconds.
Sounds good.
Parks, you can talk a little bit about what you're actually doing.
Okay. Yes. So I'm working with two fine gentlemen, and Sam Walhoff and Bennett Marstall.
For the
And
love of Pete, Parks, can you please not look like a creepy man peering into my window?
there's a steel mill on my back right now, a steel bracket on my back. Yes. So the three of us are working with Interstates, which is a local firm in Sioux Center. They specialize in
In roadways,
electrical.
highways, and specifically the interstate system. Is that what they do?
No,
Oh,
that's what the name sounds like, but
one
they
might
actually.
think that the name suggests that what I just thought.
You're right. They are more of an electrical company. They focus on electrical
That sounds
engineering
like a
work.
bunch of liberal BS.
Oh, well, I work
That
there.
was listeners. That was a joke. I didn't mean that. That was a
It
funny.
was a really funny.
Yeah.
So, Parks, how might you, a small engineer, be working at?
Mm.
In a
Nathan, sorry, the steel mill again is just so loud.
Hey, Parks, how might you, a civil engineer, come to work at an electrical engineering firm?
Thank you for that. Good question, Nathan. This is Parks
Hey, Nathan.
speaking.
Good question.
I'm a civil engineer named Parks, and yes, thank you for listening to our podcast.
This is
Your
Chase.
work is cool, Parks. You should
Yeah, my
you should
work
get
is cool, but no one wants to hear about it.
Parks, please
I'm just
tell
kidding.
us, please.
No, okay. So we are doing some structural analysis or more civil-based work for interstates because they don't specialize in that kind of work. So they're manufacturing brackets that hold up conduit. So like tubing or piping that holds wires or electrical wires. And so we are doing some like load capacity calculations on those brackets. And this is more of a continuation off of the 2015 Dort intern who worked with Interstates. So we're taking his work from MathCAD, and we are
I love MathCAD.
I
I
know.
miss so bad. I had to do a bunch of volume calculations for the new wastewater system I'm designing, and it was so painstaking. It was so bad. All right.
No, that's I'm
I
thankful.
desperately wish I could do a calculation.
A
Today
calculation.
I typed into my computer calculator 46.5 minus 90. That was riveting.
That's
Nice.
good. I'm glad you remember those numbers too. So I do get to use MathCAD a bit. Primarily though, we're
Can you
using
stop
Excel.
rubbing it in?
No, we're using Excel primarily. A lot of nested if statements in Excel. So basically what Interstates wants is they want some spreadsheets, one spreadsheet per bracket configuration, where they can just input specific characteristics of the bracket. So it's setting, so whether or not it's inside or outside, what the bracket is made out of, dimensions of parts of the bracket, and then the Excel sheet will just spit out a load capacity. So it's super easy for them just to see on hand like how much the bracket can hold. And they just don't have any particular method of like testing load capacities for their brackets. Like they're just, pulling on them and hoping they don't buckle or bend or something. But yeah, so we're using a lot of like the AISC steel code, and it's very fun. I enjoy work quite a bit. So
Wonderful. Oh boy. Episode 3, season 2. We're on a rocket ship to the moon, boys. Okay, this has gone on long enough. I don't know how much more I can stand to have my leg be bleeding out. I just need somebody to push me off the cliff, or shove that steel pipe over there through my neck.
okay.
What, gentlemen, to finish out the episode, we're all men of a certain standard of living such that at certain times one might say we seem a bit old or curmudgeonly. Parks, you look about 75, and it's not getting any better. Nathan, your personality is such that you have the knowledge of somebody who was born in 1600 and hasn't really progressed past that much.
I'll take that.
And I have the empathy and compassion of somebody who is less than 98.6 degrees. Somebody who's dead is what I mean.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And the physique of
a 95-year-old man. Yeah. Very baggy skin. I have skin sagging. Every time I walk anywhere, I look down and there's my skin picking up dust and dirt.
There's your skin all over the floor.
All over the floor. I'm droopy
really
like
gross.
Some sort of hound. I'm a droopy old bag.
We should probably just end it here. That was...
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been 3 droopy old bags. Sorry, we haven't been talking because the steel mill they've been throwing some irons in the fire. As one does, throw irons in the fire. We don't know why they're doing it, but they're throwing them in, and it's hot and loud.
You're right.
Boys, what makes you feel and sound like an old man? What qualities in yourself would you say people would be like, wow, that is an old man thing to do? I have one that kind of sparked this. Like anytime I drive by a lawn that looks like cut well or like striped well, I turn to Nicole and say, Nicole, look at that lawn. Look at those beautiful stripes. Or, oh, that
the
mower.
diagonals across.
The diagonals across, the great green. Oh, look at that mower. I wonder what kind of mower they got. I'm really excited to go buy a mower. That's like peak. She's looked at me and she's been like, that was such an old man thing, Chase. And I can't help it. Like, I just love lawns. And if that makes me an old man, so be it. Parks, sorry, it sounded like you were speaking through a 45-foot long metal tube. Maybe it's because you were, but could you repeat it for the listeners?
Oh, I was just telling you, Chase. How are your folks doing? Sorry, my granddad got on here for a second. I tend to use some odd words, I guess.
Like folks?
Like folks. I ask people how they're...
Unironically, yeah.
Unironically, I ask people how their folks are doing.
Folks.
And I also tend to kind of drive like a 97-year-old.
That is true.
Not in a dangerous manner. I'm just a little cautious.
I don't know.
You're so cautious that it becomes dangerous.
I felt unsafe in the passenger seat of my car.
I do too. I do too, because of his lack of willingness to make a decision, or his fear of hurting someone else or making someone else angry leads to...
No,
that part's good, but the part of like the indecisiveness and then deciding a second too late when the other person has given up on parts and they're doing their own thing already.
What does that mean? I don't know.
Like we get to a 4-way stop, and you were parked before anybody else had even pulled up to the side, and you just wait for like 5 seconds, and then you'll start going when the other person finally decides to start moving, and it's so weird because you both like start inching forward, and you're like, oh, who's going first?
I feel like I have gotten better at that because I try to people please, as in like, oh, they want me to go fast, I'm guessing. I'm gonna rocket out of here. Or I can like read their facial expression and be like, oh, they're a little antsy, maybe they want to go first.
Here, Parks, here's a thought. Maybe you should stop giving an S about what people think about you and just live your own darn life.
Well,
so you strike me as a really cranky old man. He's had a super hard life and he's bitter about it. That's another way that you could be a good man too.
Parks, I also thought maybe...
Okay.
I thought maybe the amount of, how shall we say, fiber on the top of your head might signify what age you are. Oh, you still have some. That's good.
Yeah. I think I'm...
Have you gotten hair plugs?
Oh, yeah.
No, I have not gotten hair plugs.
Do you have a weave?
He has a comb over.
He does have a comb over.
I do.
You and DT.
Mm-hmm.
And the most incredible mustache.
The mustache is the best I've ever seen.
No.
Parks, if you ever become an old man, which one might say you are, you will be the kindest and most loving old man in the world, and we will all be grateful for it, and the world will be a better place because you're in it.
And if you ever decide to shave your head and your mustache and put contacts in, I will not recognize you.
No one will have a clue who you are. So you have an easy way if you need to disappear. It'll be really easy for you.
It would be incredible, though. I would love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Please,
I'll do it. Then.
Parks, I'm begging you, for the first day of WoW Week, just go in completely hairless.
The hairless thing I'm scared about because it's not going to grow back.
Yeah, it'd take a bit.
That would be a little scary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe you'd have to wear a toupee.
A toupee is like a wig, or like
it's a
wig on the top of,
All right, this is dead. Ladies and gentlemen, we've done what we've always do on this program, in that we've dragged our baggy old skin through a steel mill and gotten crushed under a few beams and had our eardrums blown out by the crash of metal and the fiery furnace around us.
And until next time.